parti. Je vais essayer de me battre ce serpent. En plus, c'est largement faisable. C'est moi qui pue là, merde. Bon. Ouais. Il y a des personnes que j'ai pas vues là. Merde, c'était en dessous. Ah non. Ouais, c'est le mec de marmite, hein. Ok. Donc je m'en fous un peu. Ah, et les potions. C'est vraiment des potions d'endurance? Bah, je sais pas. Ouais, tant pis, tant pis. Après, j'ai des trucs à vendre, donc je pourrais me refaire un peu d'argent, c'est pas grave. Mais... je vais y arriver, bordel. C'est largement faisable, c'est moi qui pue là. Alors. Furie élémentaire. Ah, faut que j'active en descendant, je pense. Oui, je vois plus ma fontaine, rien. Non, jamais je vais charger. Oh. Ok, on va passer. J'ai raté. J'ai touché. J'ai touché. J'ai hit encore. J'ai hit. Je vais dire. J'allais vite, mais. Oh bah oui. Ah. Ok. Ah bah oui, je suis un n'importe qui. Ok. Ah mais putain le bug de texture. Ok. Bah ouais. Pour le moment, putain. Ok, raté. Ok. Non. Non, vite. Oh non, il reste que dalle en acide. Non, j'en ai récupéré. C'est bon, j'ai eu un acide maintenant. Qu'est-ce qu'il pouvait être? Non, c'est bon. Ah non, tu vas tomber en 20 secondes. Yes! Let's go! Let's go, let's go, let's go. Ouais, elle fait la maline. Pas si simple, hein. « 10 médailles, lutte contre les éléments. » Du coup, ça me fait combien de médailles là au final? 24. Juste aller voir par curiosité. Je vais juste aller voir chez sa sister combien ça coûte. 54. Ah non, manque 30 quand même. Mais c'est trop fort. 32, 30, 50, 35, 33, 30. Alors ça, t'en as déjà un négatif. Mais tu passes... Allez, si j'en en supprime 2 du coup avec les moins 38. T'es à 60, t'es à 100 et quelques. Ce sera genre plus dans ce style là parce que je pose pas beaucoup de pièges. Mais concentration ou bravoure, santé, mêlée, défense, esquive. Quelque chose comme ça quoi. Tu combines à... Pas de bobine. Donc feu et tout ça tu ramasses mais... C'est tellement puissant. Oui. Oui. Oh, bordel. Je vais regarder combien ça en rapporte tout ça. Il en faut 30. 6, 8. Oh ouais, large. J'ai 1 minute pour tuer 2 galogriffes. Je peux y arriver à me choper une tenue légendaire dès maintenant. Ok. Moi je pars bien. J'ai regardé comment ça va faire, juste prendre une explosion. C'est vraiment bien quoi. Pourquoi ça explose pas? Oh je suis mort. J'arrive pas à m'en sortir en fait. C'est trop dur. Ok. Il faut jouer sur les legs, mais j'ai quasiment pas de legs. Je vais retenter une deuxième fois par curiosité, mais alors déjà le truc explosif ça marche absolument pas. Les deux c'est Elec. Ah non. Même pas Elec les deux, bordel. Non, c'est fait. Mais c'est une blague. Je peux même pas faire ça. J'ai pas rien fait. Ce serait bien quand même qu'il prenne quelque chose genre là. Mais... Je peux pas... Bah, je suis bugué. Mais il reste plus que 9 secondes. C'est trop vieux. Bon, ce sera pas pour maintenant. Non, ce sera clairement pas pour maintenant. On continue le jeune dernier. Salut. Tant pis. Ouais, c'est dur. Je reviendrai avec vous. Donc du coup, qu'est-ce qui me reste comme... Oh, j'ai 6 points de compétence. Ça c'est cool par contre. Est-ce que ça coûte d'améliorer? Ah oui, c'est quoi le truc que j'ai mis? J'utilise tellement pas. Mais faudrait que je m'y mette, vas-y, je vais acheter. Ok, il me reste E. J'ai activé lui? Oui. Genre, il y a des trucs qui coûtent 1. Non, c'est un... J'ai absolument rien que je peux débloquer? Bah là non. Là non plus. C'est rouge à bloquer. Là j'ai tout activé. Bah tant pis, on va rester comme ça. Hein. Ok. Alors, qu'est-ce que j'ai comme mission? Ah oui, si, oui, je vais aller rejoindre elle. Et je vais l'activer. Parce que je suis à côté. Quoi qu'attends. Je vais d'abord aller faire le poste de rebelle. Je suis full en... Ouais. Je suis full. Bah, c'est pas mal le truc des boss où ils te donnent les armes et les caractéristiques. Mais là... Je tape trop peu. Je tape trop peu. C'est niveau 20 contre niveau 20, faut que j'ai tué en 1 minute les deux. Je tape beaucoup trop peu pour ce que c'est. Attends. Ça peut le faire. C'est juste, putain, je vois personne. Ok. Madame, vous allez dire, il y a personne? Donc il y a des boîtes, ok. Putain, j'ai pas fait exprès. Un peu d'expression, on les mains. Je sais pas si j'ai fait. Si. Non, du coup c'est fini. Je sais pas d'où on me tient. Ah oui, ok. Soldat rebelle. Soldature rebelle. Chef rebelle. Ah mais c'est vrai qu'il y en a beaucoup vers là-bas. Voilà. Le continuer à venir, venez, venez, vous attendez. Avec quelqu'un derrière nous. Ouh. Ok. Donc là ils sont deux. Il y a quelque chose qui me tombe dessus. Let's go.
Pay for what you did. Get her! Target the Outlander. Keep it going.
Les gens.
Coast is clear. Let's hope it stays
Okay.
that way.
Ok, nickel. Bon, je vais ramasser. Hein. Tout ce que je peux ramasser, je ramasse. Verticaux. Ouais. Piège électrique vertical. Ça peut... Ok. Ah ça c'est cool par contre. Je suis full en... Ouais, je suis full. Non, ici.
I should check if there's anything with a lock around here.
Trouver une utilité à la clé.
Strange. Planks of wood, with nothing on top of it. Planks of wood. To cover something?
Mais ok. Mais du coup oui, c'est bien de me dire qu'il y a... Mais qu'est-ce que je... Comment je fais
Planks of wood. To cover something?
Il faut que je fasse exploser? Non. Attends, j'ai vu un truc bleu. J'ai vu un coffre bleu là-haut. Donc déjà j'ai cherché le coffre bleu mais... Ah. Ah, c'était peut-être juste ici le fameux coffre. Ah non, ok. Ah non.
Bags from dead soldiers.
Ah si.
Do go along with these.
Eh ben bordel, ça en fait. Ok. Donc ça... c'est fait. Donc je vais rejoindre DK. Sur la crête. Ok.
Wings holding up?
Parti. D'accord. Il est parti où?
Aloy, the outpost is just over there. Are you ready?
Actually, I've already cleared that outpost, but I didn't see any prisoner.
Really? Perhaps she was moved somewhere else before you got there. This prisoner Nakala. She's the only lead I have.
Well, maybe I can pick up her trail. Let's go take a look.
Mais c'est l'avant-poste que je viens de détruire. J'espère que j'ai pas tué son fils. Ouais, son fils. Je fais que de la viande. Plus ça, quoi, ça sert à la viande.
That's all of them.
Our scouts said they saw Nakala tied up at a wood post.
Let's look around.
Oh, j'avais raté lui.
Strange. Planks of wood, with nothing on top of it.
What is it?
I think there might be something under here.
Non, c'était bien, ok, c'était bugué pour rapport à ça, ok.
Take my hand, Nakala. Steady now.
Where am I? Chaplain? Is that you? And with an outlander. Whoa. How'd you end up down there? Rebels had me strung up. They thought I'd give up intel about lowland squad movements by letting me bake in the sun. Managed to slip my bonds and make a run for it. They made me pay for that. Last thing I remember was a crack on the head and the taste of dirt. How'd you end up here?
We're looking for Kavo. His squad was last spotted leaving this outpost.
Yeah, he was here. It was his squad that attacked us on the road. My comrades got away, but I was taken. Cabo tied me to the post himself. If you're looking for him, Chaplain, I'm afraid you'll only find a dead end. His loyalties are clear.
Do you know where his squad went?
I overheard them mention Fall's Edge.
Then we'll pick the search up from there.
Mhm.
I'll go ahead and meet you at Fall's Edge, southwest of here.
Dekka, if Cavo attacked her squad...
No! He's not lost to us yet. We have to find him and turn him from this path.
Après, c'est son fils.
Okay,
C'est compliqué.
I'll see you there.
Ok.
What about you? That wound needs to be looked at.
It'll scar. I just need to rest a bit, then I'll report into the Grove. I'm telling you, Bloodhair. The chaplain might not want to hear it, but her grandson is a traitor.
I guess we'll see about that.
« 900 ! Wow, wow, c'est loin, bordel. Franchement, Flamme d'aller aussi bien. Ah, j'ai rechopé des trucs. Ok. Je sais pas. Piège à pic. Ça, c'est quoi? Hein? Mais technique d'arme. Mais. Enfin, bon, bref. Et je vais peut-être être débile, mais du coup, c'est des trucs que je dois activer ou pas? Lancer un pic qui se divise en projectiles afin d'effectuer une plus grande zone. Ici, pic sectionné et consomme. Putain. Pic scendant. Il y a des trucs, alors soit c'est que du coup j'ai pas le truc et c'est pas... Et je sais pas. J'ai pas de bobine ou autre. C'est quoi ça? Aile d'oiseau du désert. Soit. Pic scendant. Attends, alors peut-être que je sais juste pas lire en fait. Hein. Peut-être c'est moi. Hein. Ah, oh oui d'accord. Ah mais du coup même tarif pour... J'ai débloqué un truc il y a... C'est juste à moi de lire en fait. Hein. J'ai qu'à lire. Effectuez un tir puissant alors que vous êtes à genoux. La flèche explosera à l'impact. Donc par exemple, si je fais ça... Attends, c'est utilise quoi pour voir par curiosité? Ok, c'est utiliser l'endurance. C'est ça le vouloir, je me... Ok. Ah, c'est utilisé au taquet l'endurance. Ok. Mais du coup, ouais, ça change quand même la donne. On va pas se mentir, ça va bien, ça change bien la donne. Donc non, flemme. Principal. Bah, on va retourner à la base, tant pis. Pour la compléter. Hein. N'importe quoi elle. 12 000 XP plus... J'ai un feu de camp pas loin. Ah, je dois avoir un feu de camp là-dedans. Hein. Ah, on fait qu'un. Ok. Ah, il y avait quelque chose dedans. Tant pis.
Going down.
Il est où le feu de camp? Ah non, je les ai pas débloqués. Putain, j'avais pas vu les trucs avec l'effet de lumière. Y'a rien là-haut? Non, je vais me TP. Ah, c'est R2 voyager. Ah si. Ah oui, je peux aller à la base directement. Ok.
My fingers feel stiff in this cold.
Ouais, bah ils disent de monter par là, on va monter par là. Un peu bugué des fois leur truc. Ah oui, non, ok, il fallait vraiment que je fasse ça en fait. Ok. Ah.
Like this? Oh, you're not waving a hammer around, Aaron. Try a gentler touch.
And my big sausage fingers don't really do gentle, okay?
Bring it back. Trace the line. To your right. Other right.
I just saw it. It's the one Aloy found up north. Gotcha! They call it a concussion beat party or something.
Un concret biche parti.
Yeah, now that's music.
Aloy!
Erend, you're all better. And you're here.
Well, the world only goes on if you can do your thing. We learn fast enough, we help make that happen. You want all the backup you can get, right?
We still have much training to do, of course. One does not become hunter in a day.
Each seed grows at a pace of its own. Doesn't mean it won't bloom.
Ça marche.
You should know your Tanakh friend arrived.
Katalo.
I heard their warriors drink people's blood. I want to sleep with one eye open.
I think he's seen enough blood for a lifetime.
I showed him to one of the rooms. He seems to appreciate the
Eh oui,
privacy.
c'est vrai que j'ai envoyé ici.
Looks like you've got things under control. I should get this to Gaia.
Right. We'll keep on training. Catch up as fast as we can.
I'm seeing glyphs in my dreams already.
Well, while you've been off gallivanting around, I've been working with Gaia to find out more about the land gods. So from where I'm standing, you're in need of some training. Come along.
Okay.
Bah, plus clair pour les baiser quoi. Ça marche.
Oh, and I delivered your message to Talana. She headed for that Oseram camp you two were looking for, to the southwest.
I wouldn't have taught you the song if I didn't like the way you sing it.
So you like hearing me butcher guitar?
I sure don't. You sound like a dying long leg.
Donc là je peux le rechapper, ça va évoluer. Ok. On va voir.
Hey,
A nice place.
well, it's not like I built it or anything.
Right. Well, I can see why you had your dad about bringing us along. It is a lot to take in. But
Ah oui.
don't worry. That's nothing I can't handle.
Right. I see Varl gave you a focus.
Well, it doesn't look as fashionable on me, but by the forge, the things I've been able to see. Granted, a lot of them are bad, you know, the old world ending and such. I'm still trying to wrap my head around most of it, but I never really understood how you were ever able to find my sister back in the Sundom. And now I do, sort of. It makes me feel like I could be useful, you know?
It takes some time, but yeah.
Ouais.
How are you settling in?
Varl's been helping me get the lay of the land, when he's not getting all tongue-tied.
C'est ce que
I
j'allais
don't know who
dire.
makes him more nervous, that Gaia lady or our new Utaru friend.
Well, what about the Vanguard? Aren't you supposed to be back east, ordering them around?
I sent some of them back to Meridian with a message. I doubt Avad will mind me sticking around to help the savior of Meridian.
I guess you know what we're up against by now.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. When Varl first told me those bastards come from the stars, I thought he'd eaten too many of those medicinal berries. Yeah, but I've gotten used to seeing impossible things, thanks to you. I just wish they weren't always trying to kill us.
Yeah, you and me both. So, you've met our new Tanakh friend.
He's, quiet.
Oui.
I thought his people were
Ça, c'est
supposed to be
bien.
bloodthirsty maniacs.
You shouldn't believe everything you hear.
Yeah. Well, I guess if you trust him, so do I.
So, Talana came by the base?
Yeah, more like rushed through. I was hoping she'd stay for a drink at least. Only Carja I've ever met who's any fun. But it
sais
seems
plus
like
qui
she
c'est.
had more pressing matters to attend to.
I should get going.
I just keep practicing with this thing.
Ok.
Looks like someone's made this space their own.
I see you found Varl and Zoe's room, Aloy. I believe they wanted private accommodations.
Je suis bête ou...
I see.
What?
Nothing. So the 10 carried their visions with
Ah, fabrication... Ouais, mais... putain. Donc l'arme, c'est toujours la même. C'est un bon vieux arc. Bah, c'est des trucs que j'ai absolument pas.
Aloy.
It's good to
Ah.
see you. I'm guessing you've got a lot of questions.
I've been told of our enemy and their intentions. Your friends showed me to the vision you keep in this place, Gaia, and gave me this focus. I don't pretend to fully understand everything, but all I really need to know is where to train and when to fight.
Welcome to the team, then.
Oula.
What are you looking at over there?
The others have been helping me decipher the symbols the focus shows me.
Mhm.
So, I thought I'd try to understand the weapon you intend to use against the enemy. This Hephaestus,
Oui.
it will be able
Hephaestus.
to make machines?
Du avec.
That answer to Gaia?
Yes,
How many?
as many as we need.
Such power. Has the world ever seen the like?
Now that you know who the enemy is, do you...
J'aime même
have
plus
any
que ça s'appelait
questions?
Zénith, les
I'll
mecs qui viennent
admit
du
I
futur. Là.
find them hard to grasp. From the heavens. And invulnerable.
For now.
I will leave the strategy to you. I trust you will point my blade where it will cut the deepest.
J'ai un doute sur le fait que tout le monde
What do
survive quand
you
même à la
think
fin.
of our squad?
They seem eager to fight. Though I admit it is strange to see an Utaru in the ranks. Farmers don't make for effective soldiers.
She seemed pretty effective when she took out the machines that were guarding this base.
Interesting. Perhaps I am mistaken.
You said the Bulwark was your home a long time ago. That you were part of the Sky Clan.
Yes.
That's all you're gonna tell me?
Fine. As you wish. My parents were killed in a clan skirmish, so I was raised by my squad. As I grew older, I came to be known as an accomplished fighter. To Tekote took a special interest in me. I fought by his side against the Karja, and led my squad on a dangerous climb into the Daunt. It was I who opened the gates at Barren Light from the east side, allowing the Tenakth to raise it.
That must have gotten you some attention.
Indeed.
Le soleil.
I was welcomed home as a hero, and I was content.
Then why'd you leave?
I became a marshal.
Mais si t'es maréchal
Why
du
did you leave
coup.
the Sky Clan to become a marshal?
I was sent to the Kulrut by Tekote. Back
Okay.
then, I would have obeyed his every order. I believed in him, like one would a father. I was too blind to see the fear in his eyes. Fear of a rising young warrior challenging his command of the clan. I returned a hero from the battle at Barren Light. But to him, I was only a threat. Never occurred to him that I had no interest in rising above my station.
Why did Tekote think you wouldn't be a threat to him if he sent you to the Kulrut?
Tekote knew that if I survived the Kulrut, I'd be forced to forsake the clan to serve the Tenakth as a whole. I'd never be allowed to challenge his command.
Mais Tekote, c'est celui qui était. C'est le grand chef.
Tekote spoke to our people, said it would be selfish to rob Hikaru
Ah non, c'est Hikaru.
marshals of a warrior like myself. Even though he knew perfectly well, I had no intention of ever leaving. It was exile, guised as an honor. One he knew I couldn't refuse. So I became a marshal, and never looked back.
I'm sorry you had to go through that.
Ok.
I am not. Though it pained me at the time, a marshal is what I was destined to be.
When we were at the Bulwark, the guard said something about the Wings of the Ten. Hikaru also mentioned it at the Kulrut. Dekka, too. What does it mean?
The visions tell us that the Ten flew on great metal machines with wings, and leapt into battle from the sky. For us, to imitate this feat is the ultimate expression of martial prowess, and it is why the challengers leap into the arena during the Kulrut. Many times I imagined it as a child. The feeling of freedom, and the awe it must have inspired.
Ok.
What did Chief Hikaru say when you told him he'd be joining me here?
You spilt rebel blood at the Grove, and helped reunite
Ah,
the
forcément, il a rien
clans.
dit.
There was little more to be said. He understood.
Well, I'm honored he lent me his best marshal. At least for a little while.
Indeed.
Ok.
I should go. Feel free to check in on Hikaru and your people. Door's always open here.
I will. May the Ten walk with you.
Ah, maintenant il fait un signe de l'armée. Piratage laboureur. Ah mais c'est qu'il faut que je les fabrique les trucs. Ah mais c'est qu'il faut que je tue surtout des laboureurs. Ok ok. Okidoki. Il y a un truc à 55 pas qui est inconnu. Je viendrai vous parler après. Et là?
Hey Gaia? Why doesn't this door have power?
At my current operating level, I am only able to restore functionality to...
This is the rite of passage that Vishav gave me at the embassy. I liked him.
Et ça c'est ma
He
chambre?
seemed like a good man. I think he was really looking forward to going home.
Ah.
Regala's attack at the embassy. The marshals ambushed and surrounded,
Et du coup il y a...
killed one by one. Reminds me of the massacre at the Proving. Back in the Sacred Lands. So many lives wasted. And for what?
Ah oui, non, j'avais bien 2 textes à faire.
My old spear.
Rost m'a aidé à la fabriquer. C'est vrai, c'était son ancien... Mais il meurt dans le premier, je crois, en plus.
Feels like so long ago now. When Varl found me after the Hades proving lab, I thought I saw Rost. I don't think he'd understand.
Non, pas sûr, oui. Mais lui, il en avait un, là? Ah, je sais plus.
But still,
Non, je crois que c'est la première qui entre une. Ouais, non.
huh. Looks like someone's rearranged stuff in here.
Aloy, I see you found your room. Your companions thought you would appreciate a private space of your own.
Une sacrée chambre quand
That
même.
was thoughtful of them. I've been carrying Elizabeth's pendant with me for months. But since we're gonna stay a while, I think I'll keep
Okay.
it here, where it'll be safe. Elizabeth put all of her faith in Gaia.
Elisabeth, c'est sa version, en soit sa grand-mère, grand-mère.
If I can do it all,
De toute façon, oui, c'est forcément le passé. Ouais, paf. Si, je dirais que c'est le passé quand même.
the world. I'd like to think
Enfin, je me dis, vu que les mecs étaient du futur, hein,
Elizabeth would be proud.
je sais pas comment attendre maintenant. Bon, elle va être chapée avec les deux un peu là, et après, solo.
Wow, this place is starting to come alive.
Yeah, and Gaia placed all the data she got from your focus into that archive room. With the focuses you gave us, we'll be able to access it at our own pace. You know, learn and train. And if you need us, we'll be there to fight at your side.
Got it.
Depuis le début, c'est le Sancho, lui.
I'm guessing you've spoken with Katalo?
I wanted to pay my respects for those who fell when we were ambushed at the embassy. Told him I'd never seen anyone throw themselves at a machine like he did. He said a warrior shouldn't be praised for fulfilling their duty. For a second I thought I was talking to my mother. Never thought a Tanakh and a Nora war chief could have so much in common.
I'm guessing Talana didn't stay for long?
You got that right. Makes you wonder what this Amadis guy did to grab her attention.
Whatever it was, she didn't tell me.
Je me souviens plus de qui c'est,
Must
bordel.
be quite a story.
I guess she'll tell us when she's ready. How's everyone handling their focus?
Eh, il faut que je chope
We
un peu
all
avec
have
lui.
our difficult moments. Erend definitely curses the most. But I'm hoping Oseram's stubbornness prevails.
Ah oui, mais
How's
vraiment.
everyone doing?
Just taking it all in. No one snapped their bowstrings yet.
How's training with Self?
Ouais,
You know we really
entraînement.
are
Ouais,
training. Mostly.
ouais.
Look, she reads glyphs faster than I can already. I'd be a fool to refuse her help.
Of course. You guys reading something over there?
We just finished going through all the logs you collected back in Nora territory, and All Mother Mountain. It's hard to imagine that my ancestors were trapped inside, without the knowledge from Apollo to guide them.
Thanks to Ted Faro.
Yeah. I wonder how it must have felt when they were finally free. The world must have seemed so beautiful.
Not to mention terrifying. They weren't much more than kids.
And they became an entire tribe.
Looks like I was wrong about the Zeniths. Their ship didn't explode on its way to Sirius like everyone thought.
And we saw how they lied about creating a better future at their launch facility. Guess they lied about what happened to their ship, too. But still, a tribe settling amongst the stars.
I couldn't put a single dent in their shields, Varl. That one Zenith almost killed me.
That didn't stop you from resurrecting Gaia. Won't stop us from using Hephaestus against them.
Let's hope that's enough. Looks like I was wrong about the Zeniths. Their ship didn't explode on its way to Sirius like
And we saw how they lied about, guess they lied about, but still, a tribe.
Ouais, non, mais c'est que je vais me faire, j'ai même pas fait gaffe.
Think you can hold.
If air, we'll be fine.
Alors, attends, faut que je parle à ta copine. Et après, je décolle. Eh bien.
Varl looks happy about his training partner.
Learning is best done together.
Have you gone back to Plainsong at all?
I thought about it, but I wouldn't know what to tell them. The chorus already thinks me a thorn in the thicket. If they knew what we did to Fa, even if they understood, there'd be little they could grasp about all this. No. For now, I must leave the tribe behind.
Okay.
Sounds like you met my friend Talana.
Yes. The Karja Huntress. I haven't seen armor like hers since the Red Raids. But Varl tells me that she too suffered at the hands of the Mad Sun King.
Yeah. She's one of the good ones. Trust me.
Mm-hmm.
You've spoken with Kotalo?
A few words. Tenakth don't have much use for us outsiders. You must have made quite the impression for him to offer his fealty.
Oh, j'espère, oui.
So you've been talking to Gaia?
Yes. She was kind enough to take me through some of the history of the Old Ones, including their demise and the heroic actions of her creator, Elizabeth Sobek. I was surprised to see she was you. Past, but reborn? Not that I claim to understand how.
Ouais.
You've been
Ah
getting
oui,
to know
mais-
Erend, I assume?
Of course. Any friend of Varl's is a friend of mine. In this case, a very loud friend.
Oui, mais après il fait ce qu'il peut. Hein.
What are you up to?
Gaia was kind enough to put together a list of glyphs used by the Old Ones. She helped me decipher some of the data you've collected and showed me how to use the focus to help the process. It's not easy, but it's been working so far.
That's good to hear.
Opa.
I see you've settled in.
Gaia did say this place was built for us, so we could regain control of our lands with her
Terraformation.
terraforming system.
Ok.
Nurture them like the land gods do Plainsong's fields.
C'était la
It
déesse
does
de la
strike
terre,
me as
hein,
odd that
Gaïa.
a place of life should have so much metal.
Did Gaia tell you anything about the Zeniths?
She did, though it wasn't exactly easy to believe.
Bah, on remet un peu
To
en
think
question
that
de
there
ce
are
que tu
places
connais.
among
Donc,
the stars where life can bloom as it does here. It is humbling, to say the least, and heartbreaking that such life should be bent on destroying ours.
So, how does a tribe like the Utaru manage to maintain the peace with warriors like the Tenakth?
By holding them off.
Hmm.
When our fields bloomed aplenty, the Tenakth looked upon our lands with envy. But Plainsong's dishes provided sanctuary and high ground to keep invaders at bay. In the end, even the Tenakth saw sense in a truce. The Utaru promised to provide the Tenakth with food from our crops every year. In exchange, the Tenakth would relinquish one of their own, a veteran, to train the Utaru in combat. This custom was abandoned a few years after the derangement. But some veterans still remain in the plains.
I've been meaning to ask, what's the deal with you and the chorus? You didn't seem to be on the best of terms.
That's what happens when you're the one Utaru who insists on publicly defying them. Twice.
Ok.
When the Karja invaded the Utaru plains,
Je crois que là, ça me souviendrait de son
they did
histoire.
more
Ouais.
than just attack our villages. They burned our fields, took our people as slaves, and murdered those who were too weak to make the trip back to Meridian.
To be
oui.
sacrificed in the Sun Ring.
I was helping the healers back then, as waves of refugees swarmed into Plainsong. The chorus was divided in how to face the invaders. Some saw sense in raising arms. Others believed the dishes would keep us safe, as they had many times before. And while they bickered, I buried the seeds of the fallen.
Tu m'étonnes.
It couldn't have been easy. Seeing your people suffer while the Karja invaded your lands.
I come from a small village near Plainsong. My grandmother used to say there was no seed that wouldn't grow there. I moved to the dishes when I decided to apprentice as a healer.
Les paraboles.
When the Red Raids began, I thought about going back. But the injured kept pouring into Plainsong, day after day. So I kept putting it off. One day, I woke up to hear a Karja raiding party had ransacked my village during the night. I rushed there with the healers to help the survivors, but there weren't any left.
Hmm.
The smell of burning flesh haunts me to this day.
Tu m'étonnes.
I'm sorry, Zoe.
I made it a point to appear before the chorus as soon as we returned, to demand that we take a stand against the invaders.
Bah ouais.
I was denied. So I left to fight on my own.
Je peux comprendre.
You said you set out to fight the Karja alone?
I did. But it turned out I wasn't the only one. News of my disagreement with the chorus spread through the plains. Before I knew it, I had more than a dozen Utaru warriors ready to follow me into battle. We knew we couldn't take on the Karja armies head-on, but we also knew the lay of the land better than they did. We ambushed smaller raiding parties, sabotaged their supply lines, and hit their encampments at night.
Sounds like you were a force to be reckoned with.
Enough that the Tenakth took notice. When the clans began to push the Karja back east, they let us join their ranks. We chased the enemy all the way to Barren Light.
You said you were at Barren Light when the Tenakth defeated the Karja?
Tenakth marshals climbed the cliffs of the Daunt under cover of night, then attacked from the other side. Before we knew it, the gates were open, and the full force of the clans burst through. What happened next was not something I like to remember. When all the dust and blood settled, I smelled it again. The stench of burnt flesh. Our enemies defeated. What was left of my squad returned to the Utaru Plains. I went back to Plainsong. But even as the harvest passed, it didn't feel like I'd truly returned at all.
Is that when you became a grave singer?
I thought soothing the suffering of others would somehow appease my own. Then you came along and gave me a choice. I could either sing at people's graves or fight for a chance to keep them alive.
I'm glad you chose the latter. Right, I should probably go.
I shall return to our training then.
Allez, on y va. J'ai fait le social.
Welcome back, Aloy. When you're ready, please merge ether with me. Afterwards, I must discuss an important matter with you.
Ça marche.
So,
Ok.
what did you want to discuss?
While you were away, I received an unusual transmission on my dedicated Aletheia frequency.
Aletheia. That's one of the sub-functions you couldn't detect before.
On a le redétecté?
Yes. The transmission occurred so slowly that at first it seemed like an accidental blip of data amongst background static. Once I noticed this irregularity, it took some time to collate the complete message.
R.O.
Coordinates.
237, attention. Avec des
Where
coordonnées.
does it lead?
To a mountain to the northwest of this facility.
Ok.
A word of caution, Aloy. It is possible this transmission is genuine. It is also possible it is being broadcast by someone or something else.
Ouais, c'est ça, oui. Donc, c'est vrai, ça c'est un piège, quoi.
I am uncertain.
What's
SOS.
Mais c'est
It
SOS.
is an old world code.
Ouais.
A distress signal.
Ah, ils connaissent pas SOS?
A desperate plea for help.
Why would Aletheia send a coded transmission on a frequency only the two of you can communicate on?
I believe it was done as a precaution to avoid detection, or at least to create the appearance of the desire to do so. I am also uncertain why Aletheia would expect that I would be able to detect and respond to its distress signal at all. As far as it is aware, I no longer function.
Okay, so either Aletheia is in trouble and sent the message hoping you were out there, or someone else is trying to get us to go to these coordinates, pretending to be Aletheia.
That is my conclusion as well.
Could the Zeniths be sending the transmission?
According to the data I reviewed on your focus, the Zeniths recovered the other Gaia root kernel in the Hades Proving Lab. It is feasible they used it to gain access to my internal frequencies.
So, maybe they sent it thinking you'd respond and reveal your location.
Possibly. However, the transmission is highly irregular. If they intended to provoke me into revealing myself, I would expect the communication to be more routine.
Right. So maybe it's not them then.
Ok.
You said the coordinates lead to a mountain to the northwest. What's there?
I have no record of anything of note in that vicinity.
Okay. And what about the other number in the message? 237.
Ah, ce que
Any
j'allais
idea
dire.
what that means?
I have queried my available databases, but it does
Okay.
not appear to have any significance. Perhaps its meaning can only be understood at the indicated coordinates.
All right. I'll go to the coordinates and check out the source of the transmission.
All by yourself? Ha! No way.
I included Erend and Varl in
Oh,
this
okay.
briefing via their focuses. I concur that you should not investigate this alone.
What if it's a trap?
Of course it could be a trap. But if it really is Aletheia, then it's in trouble, and I need to bring it back. Don't worry. I'll be careful and...
We're coming with you.
Ouais, non, pas le choix, quoi.
Fine. Go grab your things.
We'll wait for you at the west exit, in case you need to upgrade your gear.
Attends, mais il y avait un truc là-bas. J'ai rêvé ou... Ah!
Drone's reconnected now.
Attends, alors, parce que là, du coup... Ouais. Ah oui, ok, ici. Ah, ah c'est incroyable. C'est des décors. Oh, c'est très joli.
That was sneaky
Non,
of
mais
you,
laissez-le.
patching in Varl and Aaron to our conversation.
Vous abusez.
I am pleased you accepted their help. Is there something you wish to discuss before you depart?
Ah oui, d'accord. Oh, mais tout ce qu'il y a, d'accord.
So the Hades Proving Lab, where I found the Gaia kernel. It used to be a Pharaoh research facility?
Yes. Prior to appropriation by Zero Dawn, the facility was used to engineer and test advanced computer viruses. It appears to have been one of many research initiatives by Pharaoh Automated Solutions.
Pharaoh
Guess it
Automate.
wasn't enough to build automated killing machines. He wanted viruses to infect them with too. Gaia? What was Elizabeth like?
Her presence is interwoven with my memories. The moment I came online, she was there. We exchanged greetings, names, then set to our task. It was the first of many conversations. I enjoyed being in her company, listening to her stories. She was my creator, my guide.
Your friend.
Yes. When I reviewed the data on your focus, I was saddened to learn of her fate, though I am glad she made it home. I deeply wish she did not have to be alone.
She was okay with that. She gave all of herself. The only one who could. Thanks, Gaia. So, Project Zero Dawn. The greatest
Zero Dawn.
minds in the
Horizon Zero
world,
Dawn.
all working to build the terraforming system while the Pharaoh Plague devoured the planet. What was it like?
Personnel worked in rotations at all hours of the day. Resources and technology were secured from across the world. Within a month of the project's conception, I was launched and began my education. Elizabeth encouraged me to spend time with the rest of the Zero Dawn staff. She said it was important to experience many personalities and perspectives to aid in my emotional development.
What were they like?
Scared, hopeful, determined. They were hurtling toward technological achievements on a scale never before attempted. I owe everything to their dedication.
So, a while back, before the battle at Meridian, I went into Banuk territory. I discovered another AI there, one not related to Zero Dawn. Cyan. It was created to oversee operations for a volcanic stabilization project, and it spent the last 1,000 years in isolation. I'm guessing you didn't know about it?
No. From the data on your focus, it seems that Cyan was cut off from the outside world, an effort by its creators to protect it from the Pharaoh Plague.
Any chance it could help us now?
I have already attempted contact, with no success. Given its previous experience with accepting an outside network request, I imagine it is unwilling to do so again.
Right. Because last time Hephaestus enslaved it. Well, that's too bad. I think the two of you would have had a lot to talk about. The processor Ether was installed on was part of an ancient war museum.
Oui.
A memorial to something called the Hot Zone Crisis. Do you know anything about it?
My knowledge of historical events was unfortunately lost with the Apollo database. However, climate data indicates a peak in regional temperatures in the 2030s. Such conditions would see extreme, prolonged droughts, an increase in dust storms, and a loss of habitable landmass.
But they wouldn't have built a museum in the middle of a wasteland. So I guess things got better eventually.
Yes. Data suggests that temperatures returned to average levels in the clawback era of the 2040s.
C'est pas le cas pour nous.
There was an ancient tank embedded in the bulwark, buried under a bunch of boulders. Any idea how it got there?
During the Pharaoh Plague, the US military resumed the use of human combatants, as automated machinery was unreliable. It is possible the vehicle was part of a pre-automated war fleet.
So they fought against the Pharaoh machines in the valley, until the mountain was blasted apart and buried them. So this facility, the Regional Control Center, it was meant to oversee the terraforming system?
For the local region, yes. Had humans received their education from the Apollo database, they would have then been guided here to assume operation. As that never happened, this place remained vacant.
Until Minerva decided to settle here. So I guess this room was meant to keep an eye on conditions outside?
Yes. From here, the facility's operators would have been able to observe weather and machine activity in real time. It may be possible to restore more of this room's functionality, should you find and reconnect additional camera feeds.
I'll keep a lookout.
Ouais, c'est que du grec.
What can you tell me about Demeter?
Demeter sows, fertilizes, and tends to plant
C'est la
life.
déesse de la fertilisation.
So once I bring it back, all the blight out there will start to get better.
While permanent restoration requires the abilities of Hephaestus, I may be able to improve conditions in the region for a while.
Gaïa, c'est une des premières.
A word of warning. Like Ether and Poseidon, Demeter's response to my query was highly irregular. Alone and frightened, it may have taken measures to assure its security.
Okay, I'll keep my guard up. So,
Poséidon.
Poseidon, what do we know about it?
Poseidon controls the organic and chemical composition of water resources. Once it is restored to me, I may be able to improve conditions in the regional watershed. But I must warn you, like the others, Poseidon is lost and frightened.
Ok.
It may have taken measures to protect itself.
Ouais, normal.
I'll be careful. You mentioned that the superstorms have subsided. Is that Ether at work?
Je crois que c'était la lumière, mais non, peut-être j'ai une connerie.
Thanks to Ether's capabilities, weather patterns in the local region should mostly stabilize for the time being.
C'est le temps, genre la météo.
Well, that's a relief. Be nice not to have to fight my way through a storm anymore.
I will continue to stabilize the atmosphere for as long as I can.
Ok.
The missing subordinate functions. What can you tell me about them?
Artemis rewilded
Artemis.
the earth with a variety
Non,
of
c'est la
animal
chasse.
species. Eleuthia was responsible for
Mais
gestating,
Eleuthia, je connais pas du tout.
nurturing a new generation of human beings. Apollo was tasked with preserving, organizing,
Apollon,
and
c'est
disseminating vast archives
y a un peu
of
de guerre
human
dedans, mais je sais plus exactement
and
ce que c'est.
cultural achievements.
Apollon.
Unfortunately, all archived Apollo data was purged on
La
the
beauté?
2nd
Non,
of
c'est pas la beauté,
February
Apollon.
2066,
Yep.
by order of
Ah, je sais plus.
Pharaoh.
Pharaoh, huh? I really hate that guy.
Understandable.
Hmm.
He appears to have been pathologically narcissistic, impulsive,
Que ça.
and unstable.
All three of the missing functions have already served their purpose, or were prevented from doing so. Do you still need them?
If attainable, yes. Restoring their remaining elements would increase my heuristic processing density. Perhaps you will be able to procure Eleuthia at the SOS coordinates.
Ok.
Artemis and Apollo, however, remain unaccounted for.
Why did Ether take up residence in an ancient war museum?
As with the other subordinate functions,
Est-ce qu'elle a eu le choix?
Ether needed to install itself on a processor
Ah,
with
ok.
adequate storage and power. One in the museum appears to have been
Oui, ok, je
sufficient,
comprends. Oui.
given that the holographic displays were still active.
So Ether was assured it could stay for as long as it needed to.
Correct. Though it is curious that it chose a place surrounded with the ancient ruins of aircraft.
Oui.
Maybe it also felt at home there. How's Katalo doing?
I detect that the loss of his arm still deeply pains him, though he
Ah
has
oui.
not voiced his thoughts. I may be able to assist in his recovery, should he be interested.
Really? I'm sure he will be. How are things around here?
Zoe has been studying the morphology of her land gods in an effort to understand their sickness.
Mhm.
Without the abilities of Hephaestus, I am unfortunately unable to correct their programming. However, Zoe and I are hopeful we will find an alternative way to heal them.
Ok.
Well, keep at it. Varl and Zoe seem to like spending time together.
Oui.
Indeed. While studying old world data, Zoe discovered references to a dietary lifestyle known as
Végétarien.
vegetarianism. She appreciated the similarities with Utaru practices
Ok.
and encouraged Varl to try out this lifestyle.
Ok.
And how did that go?
I believe they have agreed to disagree.
Je peux les comprendre.
How's Erend handling things?
He is becoming increasingly accustomed to use of the focus.
Après un petit
After
incident.
an initial incident,
What did he do?
he unfortunately crushed his first focus as he attempted to affix it to his temple. Amongst a number of Oseram curses, I believe he also blamed the focus for being dainty. He has given repeated assurances that it will not happen again.
Well, good thing we have a lot of extras, I guess. I should be going.
Ok.
Goodbye, Aloy.
Donc j'ai 2 points de compétence, on va les utiliser maintenant. Trappeur c'est les pièges, non? Ouais, je suis capable de... Oui, j'aurais pu faire autant. Non, il y a quoi dans Gary? Passif. Inflige de dégâts avec des sous de résonateur. Passif permet de charger votre lance plus rapidement. Ok. Récupérer de l'endurance d'armes plus rapidement. Pour utiliser une technique d'armes. Ah oui, ça peut être pas mal. Ah oui. T'as vu maintenant je l'ai ce truc, je pense que ouais. Ok.
Aloy, I was able to unlock another room in the main living area.
Good to know. I'll check it out when I can.
Elle dit qu'elle a pu débloquer une nouvelle porte? Non, ça je suis déjà allé. Donc cette porte c'était fait. Et là je suis allé aussi. Ah c'est ici où je suis jamais allé.
Gaia, I thought you said the data here was lost.
I was able to repurpose the equipment to store the data you have acquired in your travels.
Je peux rien faire de plus ici? Ok, ben on dirait pas. On va aller voir les deux Gugus.
Yeah, it'll be nice to stretch my... There she is.
You ready to head out?
Let's
Ouais,
go.
j'ai fait le tour dedans.
Look at us. 3 battle-hardened badasses forging into the unknown. This ought to be good.
Ça suit derrière.
This distress call had to be up a really steep mountain, huh?
Ah, ça attaque par un combat direct. C'est les fameux mecs du futur. Ok. ils ont pu la tuer? C'est quoi cette arme? Ouais, donc il la maîtrise pas encore.
Well, that takes the keg.
Bon, ils ont plus personne à battre, mais...
Burrow,
Okay.
see if there's anything over there.
On it.
We'll check out the battlefield. Let's start with that zenith.
Ah.
Well, there are obviously more zeniths than we know about.
Ça m'a amené où là? Ah oui, d'accord. Et par contre, ils sont mignons, mais ils m'ont foutu une canne dans les... Non, c'est bon. Il y a un feu? Attends, il y a un feu de camp?
Can't believe you fought one of them.
Almost didn't make it.
Ah, mais il est en bas le feu de camp. Bon, j'ai un petit... j'ai quelques minutes, donc c'est...
Oh, skin's cracking from the cold. Whatever the rebels did, it took down her shield. But why was she here? I can access her last communication file, but I'll use my focus to scan the battlefield too.
What about that crazy weapon the Zenith had?
What?
It looked like she can make
Hello,
it come and
Verbena?
go at will,
What do you have for me?
but it's gone now.
I checked everywhere, still no sign of the asset.
Well, go do
Can
your
we call
thing.
off this pointless
I'll
search
wait here.
already? Let's not forget who let it slip away in the first place. Now, I'd like to see results by nightfall. Do you think you can manage that?
Hold on. I think I see something.
C'est bizarre ce
The
truc.
Spectre had instructions to assist recovery of the asset. I wonder what this asset is.
Kind of chilly.
Ah, c'est là. Ah non, c'est l'arme. Ah oui, là.
Get this from my stash when I need it.
Have a look around. I'll wait here.
Et ils me disent regardez là, mais je vois rien d'autre. Ah putain, si, faut que j'aille. J'ai compris. Ok, j'ai compris. Ouais, faut que j'arrête. Ok.
An Oseram with a focus. Looks like he was sending data on the weapons somewhere else.
Du coup, c'était là depuis longtemps.
Looks like the rebels camped here for a while. Are they watching this area?
Mais qu'est-ce que c'est que cette arme?
Ah, weapon's still hot.
Ok.
I need to know how it worked. But I'll have to check on it once it's cooled off. All right. I think I have an idea what happened here. I better get back to Erend.
Bon allez, après je sauvegarde.
All right, she who sees the unseen. What did you find out?
This was a carefully planned attack. I found camping gear up there. The rebels must have been staking out this place for at least a few days. They were waiting for the Zeniths to show up. All so that they could test that weapon. The Zeniths have a personal shield that makes them invulnerable, but somehow the weapon got rid of it. The Osram that was operating it was sending data on it somewhere else. It was probably just a prototype.
Mhm.
I've known tinkers that do that. I'd do a little trial run before breaking out the real thing. Well, I guess it's still a work in progress, if it blew up.
She was searching for something she lost. Her drone had instructions to recover something called the asset.
Mhm.
The asset? Is that the sub-function thing that you said could be here? The Luthia?
I'm not sure. Come on, let's go talk to Varl.
Mais c'est pourquoi ça me sauvegarde pas? Je vois pas le logo de sauvegarde. Bah désolé les gars, je vais sauvegarder. Ouais, faut que je...
This easy?
Oh, je peux pas y aller? Oh, vous abusez. Ah, tant pis, je vais lui parler au frérot et puis tant pis. Je finis ça après j'arrête. Hein.
That's a long way down.
Something tunneled straight down into the mountain. Looks recent.
Whatever it was, it must have been powerful. That Zenith the rebels killed was looking for something called the asset. I don't know what it is, but my guess is it's somewhere down there.
All right, so we head down.
Erend, stay here and stand watch. That Zenith isn't the only one of its kind. I don't want to be caught by surprise if the others show up. Contact us by focus if you see anything.
Okay. Any trouble shows up, I'll call you.
Let's go.
Bah ouais, dans tous les cas, j'ai pas le choix. Bon allez, ça va mieux.